Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final round back nine coverage of the MPO League card here at the Discraft Great Lakes Open, presented by Grip 6, the first playoff event for the Disc Golf Pro Tour season. Big Barri commentary bringing you the exciting final 9 holes. Simon Lizotte leading the way.
Yeah, yes. I mean, going into this back nine, toughest back nine you're going to play all year. I really believe that as far as getting under par. It is so hard to find birdies back here. So I am super excited to see these heavyweights exchange blows. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What did we just see from Calvin Heimberg?
Man.
After hole 10, he went eagle, birdie, birdie, birdie,
Yeah.
eagle. And to this point in the event, there have been 2 eagles. And
wow.
they've both been by Calvin. No other eagles in the entire field. Jake Hebenheimer spits out for ace on 11 in round 3. That's the closest that we've really seen. Maybe some chain outs, but nothing has stuck for eagle except for Calvin on chase card, trying to make some waves here happen on Championship Sunday. 9 holes left. Chris Dickerson with the box, finishing the front 9 with a birdie.
This is
Park
perfect.
job on 9, and you can't really place it any better up the fairway.
No, that's really great. I mean, we say perfect a lot, but there are many ways to throw holes perfect. So remember that when we were saying that, there's plenty of spots that are, it's like, oh, that's a perfect spot because of how many shots these guys have going into greens.
It's like a radius.
Yeah,
it's like a 30-foot
much
radius,
so.
especially, and that differs based on the player's throwing style.
Yes, exactly. This is probably perfect.
Yes, this is perfect. And I called guaranteed birdie yesterday for Simon, and he missed a short putt. He made me look stupid.
So hopefully he's got your back here.
Simon, I'm going to call guaranteed birdie again. You make me look smart today, and we'll call it even.
This is ripped. Oh,
These drives are too good, folks. Too good.
yeah, that's going to open up the hyzer up the hill, whatever disc you'd like. This
Cole-
is tough.
Yeah, this is very tough. And you can see that, goes backhand roller.
I love that.
What a play. Cole Redalen. Amazing.
Great choice.
That is a perfect example of why that extra 30 feet of distance makes such a big difference on this approach. Simon.
Oh,
Did he just shank that through everything and park it?
almost pulled a Calvin.
He tried to make me look stupid again, Paul, is what he tried to do.
Or like a genius.
Well, he's not going to miss that one, but that was not the line he had intended.
See, where Simon was compared to where Chris was, anybody would choose where Chris is.
Yes, opens
More
up the
angle,
hyzer for sure.
yep. Which means you're going to be able to play against the hillside.
I would prefer where Simon was, so I am not anyone.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe your sidearm turnover might be a bigger gap from where Chris is.
I'll take either one.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. Eagle going long. Now Cole for the birdie. Oh, drawing air.
Kind of a stabby little look. I think
Yeah.
that's our first. That might be a weak spot in Cole's game. Maybe a downhiller doesn't go with his style.
No, and has to go to a
boy.
knee because of the low ceiling. A quick 3-putt, and just like that, Cole goes from birdie to bogey, very close to having a star frame on 10, which would be the first star frame ever.
Beautiful bird. I mean, Dickerson all week will not go away. He just keeps birdieing.
I mean, he's looked so calm and confident.
Here's the thing. These guys are pulling. Simon is now at. He's one shot away from my prediction to win the tournament, and he has holes left. These guys are playing way above my expectations for this course. I thought this course was going to play a little tougher, and we had bad weather the first 2 days. I mean, people are so good.
And Calvin is just one shot back at 26 under as we head into 11. This is the lengthened variation of hole 11, 512 feet going to the top of this ridge here. Backhand turnover is a good way to get the distance. The forehand needs to be a flip up the entire way.
Yeah, this best way to explain this hole to your weekend warriors is if this was on your course, at your home course, this would be the hardest hole on your course to birdie. Without a doubt.
People would get pars routinely.
Yeah.
But birdies would be very rare.
Yes.
Chris Dickerson, geez, just crushing over the top, getting full flex down the hill. It might be hard to find. Fortunately, they have an entire gallery.
Is this going to turn?
No.
That's heavy.
Yeah, that could be in Chris Dickerson land.
He could catch some good tree. Well, that bush isn't part of that we're seeing right there. He might be behind that and then have ways to get around to the basket.
Could be spicy.
It might not be that hard is what I'm saying.
Could be, yeah.
Or it could be very hard.
Or it could be very hard. Eagle.
Well,
I know.
Okay.
I'm surprised to not see him go forehand with the disc that he threw in round 2 when he was trying to go to the short and nearly parked the long. I don't know what made him back down from going back to that shot shape.
I like the stability of this if he can shape it correctly.
That was hugged inside and it misses everything and it's getting the full flex.
Not great.
Not the full flex, just the turnover part of the flex.
But that was the right flight, moved over.
Yes, and he's missing on the right side because he doesn't have to hit a gap like Simon does here.
That was a great shot from there. That is a tough little spot to be. Low ceiling.
That's a frisbee thrower shot.
Yes.
Gets that nose up.
I would have a very hard time if you put me there. That is the exact worst nightmare for me, I think. Mm-hmm. Like a little air bounce.
You started playing disc golf before playing catch.
Oh, yeah. I had never thrown
you weren't a frisbee guy.
A frisbee, I don't think. I remember the first time as Cole lines this 60-footer up.
This is outside C2. That's a 71-footer. Let's go, Cole. And again, backing up a bogey with,
wow.
Go from 3-putt to dropping in a fairway putt. Let's go, Cole.
Wow.
You were saying you remember something about...
Oh, yeah. Mike Lassie, we started playing catch in a parking lot at a tournament. And he's like, I can play catch. Wobble, roller. And I realized that they were completely different things for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And then he gave me a disc or a frisbee, and he said, if you're going to be playing disc golf, you have to learn how to throw a lit.
That's good. Good advice.
Still bad at it, but first time I ever tried.
Still never had a bad session of catch. That is my favorite thing in the world. I think the love of the flight is what drew me into the sport in the first place. And
I've had some bad ones where you start calling it fetch instead of catch.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fetch, especially as I get older. Here's another chase card check-in. Let's see what else. What is he just gonna throw this in?
Just aces the 800-footer.
Actually, this has to get down.
This is heading towards OB, but he stays safe.
Okay.
So this is where he throws it in from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Calvin Heimberg has picked up one birdie since we last checked in with him. And this is on a good line, but moving pretty quick.
Oh, no.
And that is going to be out of bounds in the corner. So he's going to have a long par putt. Let's call it 52 feet, 4 inches. And with that bogey, Calvin will drop back to 25, and that's not a good sign when our current leader is playing as solid and as no blemishes on the scorecard either.
No, putting well, in control. He kind of leaked that shot, though. Maybe something to keep an eye on. He's gonna have to get a few more. He does need a few more.
Calvin is going into the last 4 holes now. And those are the holes where birdies just don't really appear. 18 has been birdied a few times. 17 is probably the most birdieable hole, maybe 16. But those are all instant bogeys with one tiny mistake as well.
Yeah, if Calvin gets the last 4, he's the new favorite. Totally doable with his skill set too. We're not saying they're not birdieable because they very much so are. Oh, that's gonna get there for show. Skip straight. No, gets the left. That's the circle. This place is so hard. You throw a great drive and you got a circle's edge putt on an absolute cliff of a hole.
Chris has been throwing this very well. And look at that. He's not going the high line, but look at this.
So
Every
smart.
single time he's just getting that skip. This time it's just barely creeping into the circle. Still going to have to make it count with a good putt. But I think the line pinches the higher you go, and yet he doesn't. He's not even interested in attacking that. He just goes for the biggest gap. Great results.
Beauty. Oh, but bunch of circles edgers.
Eagles going accordion disc golf, going par birdie, par birdie, par birdie. See if he can. If he wants to continue that streak, he's got to birdie this one, and he's going to be the first up, and he's going to be deep. This putt plays so far. It's impressive that he somehow got the disc over the basket, because that is about as far as most people can humanly get a disc without throwing. And Chris,
big putt.
you see his mini on top of his disc? Wisely chose to not mark the disc, so the back end of the disc is his technical lie, which is outside the 10-meter circle, allowing him to do his favorite step putt.
Oh, that is buttery.
How smooth and soft that was. That's just, the man is not concerned about a thing right now, it seems. There's Cole dropping in a nice putt. No pars visible on his last 9 holes. That's what Cole does last round, isn't it?
Yeah, he's fire. Fire,
If he's not on this
up
lead
and
card,
down.
he's out there just getting birdies somewhere.
He's getting a lot of
A
birdies.
lot of them. He's going to be a fun player to watch over the next however long he chooses to be a professional disc golfer.
Yeah. Hopefully a very long time.
Simon now with a 3-shot advantage. On to one of the original holes on this course. Hole 13, formerly hole 12. Just one major branch that has been removed away from being essentially the same exact thing we've always played. Par 3, 526 feet. Super down in elevation, forehand, and some players go with a roller. We might even see 2 rollers on this card.
Really?
Chris Dickerson's been throwing it, and so has Simon.
Okay. Oh, zinger. Is it enough? No, not enough power.
It's at the top of the hill, which is where you see a lot of drives kind of collect. It's a good opportunity to give it a go, but more than likely just a 3 coming up for Cole. Yeah, look how flippy that is for Chris.
I love it. Don't hit that.
It's just a little bit too long, perhaps. So tough. You know, the shape of the roller doesn't really line up very well, but it gets you down the hill pretty good.
Yeah. Kind of takes bogey out of play, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. And it looks like Simon is also, he's laying down the roller as well.
And this is going too far left.
That had a better chance. That was just a little bit off that drive.
Yeah.
I think it could have potentially hit that left side edge and maybe rolled up somewhere in the C2 area.
What is this move?
Why is the nose angled up? What is he doing here? What is he doing here? Is he trying to go over the top of everything? Good luck, Josh. Trying to find... Okay, I think he's in the rough. All right. What is the thought process there? I guess if you go over the trees, you don't have to go through the trees.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I would love to see that finish.
Yeah. He's got that long distance control in those jump putts. good.
Not a bad spot here.
No, definitely not. What a bonus this would be for Simon right now.
That ain't it, though. But with a 3-stroke lead, you like pars.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it's going to be hard for anyone to get to 28.
Yes.
Chris going full flex, or just Anheuser, but flexing to flat, just over the top. A great effort. And look where Eagle's at. He's got an open look.
Kind of like that play. Kind of like that play.
Yes, Eagle.
Are you serious?
Get that glim out of my face. Oh, what a cool
Back
birdie.
to within 2. Unbelievable. This was
birdie's
so,
going over the
This is so needed right here. This is a clutch putt.
right on the heart, too.
I mean, if there was ever a time to do it, that was it right there. Bonus birdie going into the last few holes.
Yeah.
Grab the box, apply pressure.
9 players. People just figure disc golf out as they get. They play a hole a few times, and it's like, yeah, I think I know how to do it now.
Yeah, I used to think that pars were good on this hole. I don't think they are that good because you're only gaining 4 strokes.
Yeah, there's 4 bogeys total on the hole versus 9 birdies and everyone else.
Yeah, so you're losing more strokes than you're gaining.
Nice little 60 players with the par.
Let's line it OB all the way to that hole. It'd be interesting.
Stroke and distance. Re-tee until
if you
you're
made it like an island, you had to chip it to the first spot and then have to go down the tunnel.
Or go for it. No, Paul, stop with these dumb, ludicrous suggestions. Hole 14, changing subjects immediately. Par 4, 800 feet. This is a keep it in bounds, and you probably birdie for this card because they all throw so far.
Yeah.
Just got to get underneath this low limb. Eagle just casually gets that one out there to, let's call it 500.
Yep.
No, that's probably...
In 4 years, we're going to be playing the last hole to the top of this hill.
The last...
Yeah, we're going to have to double up those 2 holes.
What
this needs to
is... okay, Coles goes straight enough that it doesn't hyzer OB, fortunately.
I'm saying with the progression of the sport,
yeah,
it was like...
Let's try a 1,400-foot par 4. Let's see what happens there.
Is this going to hurry?
Yeah, that's just fine.
Yep.
Don't sleep on Chris's distance either. I think there was one comment in the front 9 that you said that I wanted to be like, I don't know. I mean, yes, of course he doesn't have the same power that this guy or the other 3 guys on the card have, but he's got all the distance he needs to be competitive. I mean, Chris is sitting on easy 550 in the control range.
Oh, for sure. But on different angles than these guys, than the top guys.
Yeah.
The top guys will
let's
be
put
on.
it to the test here.
This is very good.
Getting to the top of the hill with speed.
That's great.
That's elite level distance to be able to get to the top of the hill with speed and have the disc still have enough momentum to get the skip. Great shot for Chris.
This is early. Yeah, very early.
Very early. Only 18 feet away, but very early.
I mean, that's kind of to my point. Kind of a missed shot for Simon.
Yeah,
circle's
he gets
edge.
away with it.
Or well inside circle.
And Cole going deep of the pin only by about 23 feet.
Like Eagle, too. I mean, I feel like Eagle's also the notch above to where it's just like spike hyzer in, skip in the hole,
One
please.
angle.
Yeah.
Might skip in the hole. Oh, it hits
no. No. Don't be that. Don't be that guy.
Oh, I kind of wanted that to roll all the way back to him and he could try it again.
A little higher of a skip?
Jeez.
That'd be cool.
When have those koozies done what they're supposed to do? Just
keep the bottom of the target cool.
I guess they always do that. Simon first up.
Oh.
Collects another birdie. I mean, every time he gets a birdie, it feels like it's going to take just some insane effort.
See,
I don't think that anyone can catch him. He has to go back to them.
But that's totally doable going into 16, 17, 18, 15.
In that order?
Well, I was going through it in my mind, you know, and then had to go back a little bit.
No, the next 4 have been, throughout this event, they've been the 4 hard souls.
Yeah, so you got to get through those.
And a star frame on 14. No surprise there. The hole was birdied quite a bit by the field. Most of the field still taking par on it because even though this is the best of the best, that doesn't mean that they can still get there in 2. That is such a long hole in that second shot. And speaking of lengthy par 4s, hole 15. Par 4, 960 feet. It's not just a simple hyzer down the hill. You want to actually get your disc to flip up just a bit and miss the high tree limbs as your disc is making it around a corner in order to get on the down slope that you'll see here as these guys are throwing their tee shots. So Eagle, see, he's at the top of the hill. If you can get on the downslope on the right side of your screen there, we saw Kevin Jones on that tee pad yesterday. That is essentially perfect. This is flipping up straight. This could
Can it hurry? If it can hurry, if it can get... What just happened?
He kind of fought through the edge, and now he's on the left of the right side.
Having a hard time figuring out where exactly that is. I'm gonna be curious to see what that lie is like. How far up the fairway
I think he's
is.
gonna be like 490, 485 to the pin.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's closer than
Chris now.
Okay.
Yes, I think he's closer to the pin than Chris, but he's just at a much tighter angle.
Okay. I feel like if I'm Simon, I'm just saying stay away from the right side.
Yeah, I mean,
very easy scramble even if you get left, and that's very that's kind of easy to get apart from there.
The best way to avoid the bogey is to just birdie it.
Oh yeah, I don't think that way because that's really far. Here we go.
This is heading left at the end a bit,
even though
on the edge of the green.
Even though I did go 50 past this one today too.
Did you really? Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so good, huh? Nice par. Oh, stand still to the hole.
Wow, what a recovery shot from Cole.
Does he run that?
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Oh, Simon. Oh, Simon.
It's just, honestly, at this point, it's greedy.
That's it. You said it. That's the easiest way to avoid bogey is to get the bird.
Like if it's the same effort to par or birdie, just birdie.
Zooming right at the hole. This is going to be low on the hill. Can
challenging
get the
that right side and gets past it in the circle. Do we have 4 people putting for birdie?
Yeah. I mean, Cole's like
pretty cool.
80, I think.
He's definitely running it. And this can get dangerous.
Good effort. Good
One
height.
of those things that you either hope it's dead center or a complete air ball.
Yep. Oh, Chris.
Essentially the same thing as an air ball.
That was an inch from maybe catching,
that
though.
Was so close, so close.
Eagle. Great.
Heart
putt there. It's such a tough bird.
And, I mean, that's huge right now. Simon has to make this. Because if you miss, this can roll. Okay. Good for Eagle to make that, though, because he's within 2, and there could be easily a 2-stroke swing on 16.
Oh, for sure.
So that was a huge approach shot for Eagle, keeping him in contention.
That putt that he made on
13
was so crucial.
And he's sitting on, what is he, four birdies in a row now for Eagle on the back 9. I think most players might not have 4 total birdies combined
in a tournament.
Well, certainly not in the back. 3 birdies in the back. Okay, so, that's right. He didn't get the uphill climb. He did not birdie hole 12. But 13, 14, 15 in a row, not too many players are doing that, I promise you there. On to 16, and this is really the biggest opportunity for a 2-stroke swing. 396 feet, and there's the OB line, creating this island effect, even though the rule is that if you cross any part of the the inbounds area, you get to cross it. So it doesn't play as a mandatory drop zone, but there is one provided. First things first, Eagles got to get in bounds.
Top of the Guardian.
Very top, tippy top of that tree.
And that's like drop zone. That's drop zone bogey.
What is Simon doing, folks?
I think this is a par play.
So, Simon sees the rules and says, hey, OB is 10 feet from the basket. If I just go over the basket, look at the spot. He is parked for the par, as opposed to he has been struggling on this hole all week. Starting first round, he took a double bogey on it, missed his putt from the drop zone, went OB.
This needs help too.
It's getting that left side. It hits the same part of the tree that Eagle hit.
Yeah.
So I don't hate the idea that it creates drama coming down the stretch, but I gotta say I hate seeing that these shots are out of bounds, because what other play do you have? The only safe play that I've ever seen on this hole is what Simon just did, and that took a lot of skill to actually go over the top and to actually go over the basket like that. Pretty baller play, actually.
That was a must make pretty much for Eagle.
So Simon at 30, he's going to have a 3-stroke separation if he can tap in.
Oh, no. Sit.
Meanwhile, Cole needed that one to potentially catch Eagle and get into second place.
Same for Chris right here.
And he doesn't want anything to do with it. That's just a completely safe play. That drop zone, I'm just going to say it, it stinks for a righty. A lefty can hyzer away from that OB line. Meanwhile, look at Simon.
Getting a stroke on the whole lead card with that play. That's just brilliant.
I cannot believe the thought process, how he was able to create that concept and execute that in that moment. Brilliant, actually.
Yeah. Because essentially, I feel like the one that he has to dodge is 17. Can be a total. You can pull it right. You can go early left, have some rollaway potentials. I really think that 18 is very parable if you choose to play it for par.
It's the hardest hole on the course because people want to birdie.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you want to par it, you can par it. It shouldn't be a problem. And Simon is looking very good right now, and when he's playing confident, I mean, forget it. Just want to get this tee shot in bounds.
Yeah, I mean, 840 down the hill, so the tee shot to get into position, the distance really doesn't matter. It's about the right angle, getting your disc over to the right-hand side, whether that be with the hyzer or the anhyzer. Make sure you just don't go left. Simon's been going with this hyzer play. I like it because even if he misses left, that's fine.
If he goes OB, he at least gets the distance.
You can't pull it into those branches, which I felt like he was kind of close. And then that's money.
In the end, he just throws it perfect. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be 380 to the pin, maybe 390. I don't know. It's fine.
Yep. I want to think he throws far enough for this not to be in trouble.
Well, this flipped up yesterday. This time it didn't flip up, and that's the difference.
Yep.
He got that to flat, and when he gets that to flat with his power, he can outdrive the OB.
Cole going with
I don't think so. It's just not moving right.
Yeah. Oh.
It just didn't move right enough.
And that has bigger potential for the bogey because it never got to the right side.
Yeah, it's going to be out of bounds pretty early, I'd imagine.
At least with the hyzer play, you're kind of guaranteeing yourself to be in or gaining distance with the out of bounds. This is great.
Perfect shot for Chris. And that's a perfect indication of how much power Chris really has. And that's just a controlled line.
Yeah.
And he is able to throw distance control lines. Pretty favorable spot for Cole as he moves up the fairway, and what an approach.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we have that problem with our angles that we see on here. We don't get to see, the true flight of it.
Sure. It just looked like that was kind of held over. Yeah. Like, it didn't look like it really was flexing over inbounds, but maybe it was.
And this is just a kind of a luck play. Try to get through those branches.
On the hillside.
Yeah.
Again, the easiest way to avoid bogey is just to birdie the hole. I mean, once you're in bounds on 17, there's really no danger if you're throwing your second shot up to the pin.
Yep. I mean, at this point, wouldn't you just lay this putt up? Like where Simon is? Wouldn't you just toss that underneath?
There's enough danger on the green. But he's got 3 strokes. I mean, it's like, at this point, it's like, who cares? I guess the smartest, responsible thing to do would be to lay it up.
Well, with 2 strokes, a bogey birdie situation on 18 comes into play.
Yes.
And so by guaranteeing the par.
But the best thing that, sure.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I guess it really comes down to if Eagle can make this par putt. And he can. So you definitely don't want to lose a stroke now. You don't want to do something silly and roll away and lose a stroke in this situation. So Chris up first for the birdie, and this is a big opportunity for him to get back into podium position.
Oh, no.
And just a little bit extra pace there on his approach. That's going to be a par. Whoa. Okay. I don't think. Oh, yes. Oh, perfect. I don't think that was an intentional layup.
No, I think that was just a bad putt.
That's really funny.
Sometimes the nerves even get you at this when you have this 3 shots. Okay, now he does need to make this.
Yes, for sure. And just takes care of business.
Very bizarre miss.
Oh, I love that he found the camera. Like, he could have just made that face, but he found the camera.
I mean, that's going to be memes.
Please meme that. Folks, meme the heck out of that.
Okay, 3 shots going into hole 18. I like his chances.
21 under in the last 2 rounds.
Ridiculous.
Bogey free. This is just stellar. I mean, this man, it's kind of crazy that it's taken him so long to reach his full potential, which is what we've seen in these last 2 seasons. Yeah. He's had the talent forever. I remember hearing about him first time going to Europe in 2011, Simon this, Simon that, and getting to see him play for the first time as just a young, skinny German, ready to show the world what he had. And here he is now, 12 years later, at the top of his game.
And he's not going for the par play.
Remember how to avoid the bogey? Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him get too aggressive for the pin from there. Finally gets to sit back and kind of realize what he's accomplished.
Unless Eagle aces it.
Eagle going for the parking lot.
That was a rip. That was a rip.
That's an impressive mistake. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if that's a mistake.
I think that is so unbelievably far. A lot of people are throwing their max power to get to the top.
Cole, that's a beautiful shot.
Oh, man.
And boy, that is so good.
That's the best I've seen.
I think 5 more feet would be really, really good because that one tree in the corner is going to make him choose a side. But I mean, we're getting real particular here.
But have you seen better?
No, I don't think so. I've seen some good drives this week, but that's up there in the top 2 or 3.
I've seen farther, like Eagles.
Simon just wants to place it right. Now, Cole and Chris Dickerson have a really cool battle going on right now for the podium. Chris normally been playing this a pretty safe tee shot, but I guess after seeing Cole's good tee shot, oh no, he is still playing for par. He's not going for the attack. I guess maybe he had a spot in mind and he didn't quite hit it.
Yeah.
It's a good play for him.
If Cole and him combine,
yeah, for the backhand ease, the forehand ease.
Who else like putts really far with ease?
Tristan Tanner?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Where it's like 90 feet. And you're like, wait, you just put it that 90 feet.
Yeah.
This is
Cole,
good.
backhand turnover. I wonder if he goes forehand if he's another 10 feet, you know, where he has the extra room.
I mean, it's such a short shot.
Yeah.
That I feel like maybe he's a little more comfy there with the turnover. Here's Chris. Layup play. Go in, I guess. Oh, no.
Incredible. Well played tournament, Chris Dickerson.
Yep.
Currently tied for third. Cole, an opportunity to bump that down to solo fourth. If he can make that putt, Cole will take podium by himself. Well, third place by himself, I should say.
I think Simon's trying to make this. Yes.
Yeah, why not? What a week. What an insane two-round stretch. It's pretty easy to see who the crowd favorite is. It's Cole Redalen.
If he makes this.
Oh, and I think he knows. He will be the crowd favorite one day, though, I imagine.
Eagle for the par save. And for second place.
Yeah. Yeah, Cole makes that. Eagle misses it. He ties for second. That's huge. I mean, there is so much money when you get to the top. That could have been a $2,000 difference just like that on the putting green.
Maybe even more with your bonuses and stuff that come into account.
Man of the week, Simon is out. Second tour win of the season following a 4-win season in 2022. Embrace it all, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Discraft Great Lakes Open champion, Simon Lizotte.
Simon, congratulations. You tapped in your winning putt. You threw your hat into the basket. You closed your eyes, and you let out a huge deep breath. What emotion were you expressing in that moment?
This course is just such a mental battle, and on top of that, a huge physical battle, probably the most physical battle we have all year. And the heat today and battle with Eagle all around, like, it just takes so much out of you, especially a 4-day event. Like, I haven't won many 4-day events, so I mean, the putts were way better than yesterday. They were all dead center basically, which is so weird for me because I'm so inconsistent often on the putting green, and the last 2 days were just somehow on. I wish I could show a bit more consistency throughout the year, but no, it feels just so good. Yeah, it was kind of the dream start for me, and I just cruised from there, which is, I don't know, in my mind it felt so hard to do, but at the end of it, I feel like I kind of made it look easy.
Well, Simon, congratulations. Go celebrate.
I wonder what Simon does now to celebrate wins. They're starting to become pretty frequent.
Yeah, at what point does it not become a celebration?
Yeah, just like,
oh, this is just what we do.
go home and see the family.
Yep.
Sure, that's what he's on.
I mean,
on his way to go do right now.
This has to go down as one of the best performances that we've seen in a long time. I mean, the 30 under mark on this course.
Yeah, averaging 7.5 under a round out here with the different conditions. Round 1, the rain, the mud. Round 2, the wind. Honestly, round 3, not much to complain about. But round 4, he was right. It was hot round. The hot round actually goes to Jake Hebenheimer, who cracked the top 10 with his 11 under performance. That is going to do it here for the playoff event number 1. 4 round books. Simon said it best. This was an exhausting week, a very challenging course, mentally, physically, you name it. But what's up next, Paul?
Well, the thing is with his win, like how can you not have Simon as one of the absolute favorites for the World Championships, which is coming up in a couple weeks? Having that much momentum going into something like that. Typically, Simon hasn't performed his best golf at the majors, but it's going to happen. He is too good.
He's won on too many different types of courses now. Last year, MVP and all the other places, and now at the Open here at Diaglo. You got the hills, you got the woods, you got everything at Smuggler's Notch. I can't wait. The Worlds this year are going to be the most exciting World Championships of all time. I'm calling it right now. Can't wait to bring you all that action coming up in just a week and a half. 10 days away from the start of the World Championships. We'll see you then.